everybody. How are you doing? Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody is doing pretty good. Yeah, we are making sure that we are showing up for ourselves this morning and every morning. How's everybody doing? I am getting I'm setting up this morning. I don't know why, but I've gotten so I enjoy setting up because you guys get to see the process a little bit. So good morning, welcome in, welcome in. Um, the lesson is going to be a little bit heavy this morning, guys. It's going to be a little bit heavy. I can tell you that. Um, I'm going to get my treadmill out. I always like to show you guys how easy this setup is with my treadmill. I just pull out the little things here. It's a manual incline. So I just try to make sure that it doesn't extend over my yoga mat. That's basically what I was doing. This thing's the cord. Hey, good morning, good morning. The cord for this particular treadmill is fairly short, and so I do have an extension cord for it. Just FYI. Um, Here's my little extension cord because it is a great and small and all of that. I'll tell anybody, but it has a small little cord. So if you decide to get it, you are most definitely going to have an extension cord. Okay. So, all right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm going to put my sneakers on so we can go ahead and get started. How is everybody doing today? My name is Yasmin Shiraz. I come on every Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30. And we do cardio half our time. We do cardio, and the other half we do weight work with kettlebells and dumbbells and so forth like that. Um, and so that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do today. I hope everybody is doing good. I don't do as many videos on the weekend. I don't come on live on the weekend. And I don't do as many videos because it's my way of sort of resetting, my own battery. I like to reset my own battery in the morning or over the weekend. So I go to sleep and I'll go different places. I'll try different things, and it's my way to reset because resetting your mind and your body is so important. Okay. And so I wanted to I want to make sure that you guys are knowing about that today. Yes. So guys, today, we also um every session that we have Monday through Friday, we have I always talk about topics and I try to do current topics, but I'm generally talking about um, mental health and different things like that. Hello, Reem. How are you doing? Welcome in, Marielle, Limsey. Welcome in. And today I want us to touch on mental health because I come up with stuff the same day pretty much, but the TV icon, the film director, the film producer Rob Reiner was found murdered in his home. Hey, Quantum Stereo, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome back. In his home, him and his wife both were unalived yesterday. And they're saying that the police are saying that the child, one of their kids, one of their sons, unalived them. And so, for me as a screenwriter, I studied, he was the film director over A Few Good Men. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. He did A Few Good Men. He directed When Harry Met Sally. He directed, there's another one, A Few Good Men, The American President. And again, for me as a screenwriter, you study his work because it's so good. You study, how he's using the camera. Good morning. Hey, Princess Marie, you're studying, how he's pulling everything through, how he's using lighting, how the energy, the speed of the scenes. Anybody in film at all or screenwriting had to study Rob Reiner because of his contribution to the art form. And so it's just so sad, that his own child ended his life. And so um, I don't know if you guys know those films, When Harry Met Sally, A Few Good Men, The American President, that was with Michael Douglas. um, but it's just really sad. I was reading about it, a little bit of it before I came on today. And so I'm gonna go get my sneakers and get started. And we're gonna talk about protecting our mental health, you guys. We're gonna get our 30 minutes in. Um, and so forth like that. And we're just gonna keep it, we're just gonna keep it move we're just gonna keep on keeping it moving, okay? So let me grab my sneakers real fast. And I hope everybody's doing well today. I hope everybody's doing well. Oh, it's always something. It's always something. How is everybody doing today? How are you doing? Oh my goodness, I feel so heavy this morning. I feel so heavy. All right. This is a 15-pound weighted vest. If you are new here, this is a 15-pound weighted vest. Okay. This is a 15-pound weighted vest if you are new here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing today? This treadmill, my treadmill that I'm about to be on, well, I'm on it, but I'm about to turn it on. It goes up to 4 miles an hour. Um, and so I generally am, when I'm up here talking with you, I'm generally doing, um, I'm generally doing about, let me see, I'm generally doing about, let me see, um, 3 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour, so forth. Yes, that's generally what I'm doing. Yes. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. I got the racist people on here. I got all sorts of people on here today. But I'm okay. I have to get off you guys and um uh delete the trolls. So yeah, sometimes the racists be busy in the morning. So, they be trying to they be trying to come out and get some attention, I guess. But they're only a block away. So yeah. But anyway, you guys, so let's go ahead and get started on our cardio this morning. I know it's a lot going on for us today. It's cold where I am. These are fleece line leggings that I have on today. These are fleece line leggings, you guys. I am not playing. Although these are generally my outside leggings, but it was feeling so nippy. I said, you know what? I'm going to put my leggings on today, my fleece line ones. All right. All right, y'all. We're going to keep on moving today. Our topic today is about mental health and protecting your peace and trying to protect yourself. Okay. So that's what we're doing today. Some of the some of the best things that you can do mental health wise is always check in with yourself. Do you feel safe? Safe, right? Do you feel good? Right? Checking in on yourselves. Yes, we are just good morning. Thank you so much for liking the live over there. Thank you so much, TT. How are you guys? doing this morning? How are you doing? Ellen, how you doing? Thank you. I saw you responded on one of my videos. How are you doing? Thank you for the daily heart me. How are you doing? Yes, it was a busy week. It was a busy week last week. Oh my gosh. Girl, did you see all those videos? Them Sharon Moore videos? The people are obsessed with that story. And I could not figure out like why, are people so obsessed with that story? That's a story that a lot of people are obsessed with, and I cannot figure out why. Hey, from Kenya. Hey there, Ian from Kenya. How are you? You know what I'm saying? Yes, thank you for the rose. Thank you for the rose. It is so crazy. Yes, yes, we're doing pretty good. I'm just hanging on in there. You know, yes, yes, we're just, I don't know. It's just Monday must bring out the weirdos or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm getting all these weird people in my life. Yeah, yes. If you see me, good morning, good morning. If you see me get off or whatever and get back on, that means I had to block somebody. Yes, I'm the block queen. But yeah, they were obsessed. People were obsessed with the Sharon Moore story. And I don't even understand. I mean, I don't understand on a micro level or macro level the obsession. I mean, I did 3 videos. I rarely do 3 videos on anything. And when I tell you that people have been obsessed about this, I mean, you know, it's just really crazy. It's just really crazy. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. I just try to show up for myself. That's it. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you, T. Aaron. That's good. Welcome. We have someone new from Atlanta that has come to the channel. Welcome. It's cold in Atlanta, I understand. Yes, today. I understand Atlanta got a cold front. Yes. This treadmill, you can fit right in the closet when you're done. You can fit it, under your desk, under your bed. So that's why I like it for that reason. Um, but yeah, the Sharon Moore case is polarizing for one, and people really like talking about it. Nobody wants to blame the woman, right? And everything is his fault, which I think for the most part it is. But it's just like I don't know when people get into those situations and they know people are married, they want to pick sides, but there's always blame to go around. Miss Big, hey, what's happening? How you doing? If my weekend was good. So that's just very interesting to me that certain topics will have people up in arms when it's no different from any other situation. But I mean, I did a video where this video was the young athletes to look out for themselves. That was my last video I did. That video had like 200,000 people playing it, arguing about it. And I was like, what are y'all arguing for? People should look out for themselves. Child, it was a whole mess. So, yes. So, guys, we're just going to keep going. I wanted to share. Thank you for sending me the popular LAN. LAN, how you doing? Yes. Narisha, welcome in. Yes, and Samuel Coates has a simple message. Don't involve people in your marriage. See that part? Real simple. Yes, right. Because if you keep it simple, what is the talk? You know what I'm saying? What is the, you know what I'm saying? When I tell you, you guys know I put my content on Facebook, on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And when I tell you that story is on fire, thank you, hi, Priestess Oracle. Thank you for getting them two gift badge. When I tell you that's all people wanted to talk about on Friday, that's all people wanted to talk about. And I was just, it just surprised me because it's, it's simply it's a simple story of, I don't know, when I got married, you know, I wanted to be with my husband. I didn't want to be with anybody else. And marriage is so challenging that when you're doing everything you can in your marriage, like it requires a lot of focus. So like how people can have like other relationships and stuff like that, for me personally, it's kind of like, wow, really? Because, and I mean, if anybody in here, thanks, Ian. If anybody else in here is married or has been married, y'all can testify to the fact that you're spending a lot of time investing in your partner, investing in your home. If you have children together, investing in your children, you have a lot going on in terms of time and investment when you're married. So this idea that you could be carrying on a whole nother life, or relationship with somebody, that stuff is so crazy to me. Miss B just said it. One relationship is hard enough. This is what I'm saying. So it's just always interesting to me when people choose that route, not to judge them, but it's always like I'm thinking of myself and I'm like, man, how do they have enough time? Because I know my husband, he was a handful. He was two hands full, you know? I'm telling you, he had his business, and then we had the kids. We was we was always going on trips. We was doing so much stuff with our family and with each other. Who has time for somebody? I'm like, that's crazy. So yes, yeah. So we're just getting some exercise in this morning, guys. We are just getting some cardio in. Our topic today was really mental health, guys. But sometimes when I talk about mental health, it can be such a bummer sometimes. But as a screenwriter, guys, I wanted to mention that Rob Reiner had passed last night or yesterday afternoon, I believe. His daughter found him and his wife unalived in their home, and a family member apparently did it, or want their son or something. Um, um, and I had to study Rob Reiner as a writer. He directed When Harry Met Sally. He directed The American President, um, A Few Good Men. And so anybody in the film and television industry has such a fondness for him because you would pay attention to how he paces the movie. Do we hold it? Do we hold the scene? Do we move it faster? How do we move through? What's the set design? What is it going to look like? And he was really a master in communicating that. And a lot of time as lay people, folks don't realize, all the roles that people play in getting a film done. But he did an excellent job of directing and making sure that the script and the actors and everything was sort of on point. And that's really pacing. And he did a great job of that. Yes, yes, it was very tragic. Yes, yes, yes. Miss B. Simmons said that's mostly why side relationships fail everyone and every day. Yeah. And I did a video um where recently I was talking about how like women Like, if I meet a guy who's married or whatever, I wouldn't want to destroy or, create anything negative for another woman. And like, because to me, I almost look at it like a village in a way, meaning that, like, if you're married, why am I going to try to create, thank you so much. I have my first fan club member for 2 months. Thanks, LN. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Guys, I have a fan club member for 2 months. Thank you so much. But I did a video about like single women sometimes don't respect marriages. And I did this video not to slam anybody really, but that Cardi, I had listened to a video of Cardi B being interviewed, and she was like, men do not approach married women, but a single woman will, let me say, make sure I got that right. Single men will not approach married women, but single women will throw themselves at married men. And I think that that's an accurate statement. And let me tell y'all, I did a video on that, and the women were like, they wasn't even trying to hear it. But it's true. But see, I'm the friend that the married woman's gonna want because I'm gonna respect her marriage and her just like I was the person. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people, a lot of women are looking and they might, I don't know, are they envious? I don't know what their deal is. But like, why would you want to tear down another woman's home and negatively impact their kids? I can't rock like that. I gotta be able to sleep at night. I can't sleep with that kind of stuff. I'm sorry. Sam, I have to thank you, Sam. But I am not at my goal weight yet. So yes. Yes. You were Miss V, you said you was gonna say something about that. Yes, you're a big fan. Yeah, Rob Reiner, man, he was off the chain. He was off the chain. And he also had some really great political views. I know we don't get into politics, but he had some very much, support people, encourage people, political views. Like he was not like no bonehead on that. Sometimes you have people who are dope artists, and then otherwise they're like he had some he had some dope ideals all the way around. And so yeah, so yeah, Rob Reiner, yeah, he was good. Kasau Kisu said, or Kaisu, Rob Reiner made my favorite movie. Yeah, flipped. Yeah. He was amazing, and it's a shame the daughter told police that her brother did it and that her brother is violent. And, as we get older and you have children and you know that they have shortcomings, you really have to try to protect yourself. And, everybody doesn't need access to you all the time, even your kids. I said what I said. Everybody, because these kids, I don't know. I don't know his situation. I don't know his kid's situation. But these people be given the world and they still have a problem with their parents. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, something like when you spoil, like they say in the Bible, spare the rod, spoil the child. You give your child so much that the good apple becomes a rotten apple. And it seems like ain't nothing that you can do to make it back unrotten after you made it rotten. I hope that makes sense, y'all. Yes, Miss V says Rob Reiner was a big supporter of Prop 8, marriage rights, and LGBTQ rights. I told y'all, he was really, he was dope. You know what I'm saying? He was 78. And so he was progressive because, you know what I'm saying? The older people get, a lot of times they're not as progressive. And he was amazing on that front. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Miss Simmons says, I heard some advice online saying, don't do biz
with a cheater, because if the person closest to them can't trust them, neither can you. I believe that 100%, and I believe that I have also seen that whatever you saw, Miss B, I feel like I've seen that too. I feel like I've seen that too. I think it's true, and I remember being in the industry, and there was a guy who wanted to work with me in Atlanta, for example, and I think I was in DC at the time, and he wanted to know all about my family, my husband. What did my husband do? He was asking me, we're trying to come up with a business deal of how we're going to work together. And you're asking me all about my personal business. And I was like, I don't talk about my husband to business people. And it got to the point, you guys, that he was like, oh, well, I don't know enough about you. I can't work with you. I was like, oh, okay, bye. No love lost for me. Because here's the point. Here's the point. This is the thing. And I think this is the thing that people, as far as relationships today online, get wrong. You need to be protecting the privacy of your relationship. Okay. We don't need to know everything that's going on in your relationship. Y'all had an argument, it's on Instagram. Y'all had, you had a disagreement about what you're wearing to the ball, it's on Facebook. We don't need that. And more importantly, you don't need it, right? So I didn't ever put photos of my husband on social media like that. I wasn't discussing what was going on. What he and I had together was what he and I had together. And it's like people act like their private lives are up for public consumption. And that's a problem. So if anybody don't know that and you keep having problems, hey, take your private life out of the public. You'll have way less problems because y'all know how hard it is to deal with something one on one just with you and your partner. You got 1,000 people in on it. Patrick Starr, I'm sorry, I missed your comment. Let me see what you had to say. Hopefully, it wasn't a troll. I don't know. Is this positive, you guys? No, I ain't trying to get no attention from her brother's friends. I was always cool. Hey, Danny, what's going on? Hey, Be Right, what's going on? Yes, yes. Sorry about that, guys. No, I don't try to. My brother is 2 years older than me, and so we grew up very close. We grew up, so I am close to most of his friends, but I wasn't trying to get attention from him. Yes, yes, yes. Lord have mercy. I tell you, what is it about Monday? You know what I'm saying? What is Monday? Monday got all the dum dums out today. My God. Woo, child. Y'all don't know how many people I done blocked today. Every time I get off of here, I gotta get up and block somebody. Yes. Miss V says, Amen. I don't even wear my ring at work. I just let people assume. Yeah, I always wore my ring. I always wore my rings. I had my husband. I like to be color coordinated. So I had rings, like, and I still wear my rings. I had like my platinum ring, then my platinum and gold ring, and then my gold. I had all my stuff. So whenever I was wearing, you know, I'd be like, can I have a ring to match this outfit? My husband be like, girl, you are so crazy. So B Right says, will I ever consider remarrying? That's probably gonna be a no. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm really happy with my life right now. And I'm happy that I get to do a lot of things that um I didn't get to do with my husband, like just I have a freedom because it's just me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think so. And I think like when I meet people today, um, people be having weird energy. You know what I'm saying? Like people are really I guess everybody's not weird, but a lot of people out here are weird. So marriage to me is really about this commitment and this partnership and wanting to build together, right? And a lot of times when you meet people today, they don't want to build together. They don't want to protect and respect. They don't want to honor, right? Like everything is about what can you get me? You know, what can you do for me? What are you bringing to the table? What are you know what I'm saying? And the energy that people have, I think from being in so many toxic relationships themselves, their energy is terrible, right? And so having had a 23-year long positive, good relationship, they had ups and downs, just like anybody else's. But to say I had an overall really great marriage, I mean, I don't know what would have to happen for me to like consider remarrying. Like the sky would almost have to open up for me personally because the people's energy, like I do, I don't do a lot of male female relationship videos really, but one of the reasons why I'm not motivated to do more is the toxic comments that are made toward women. Like these guys, and again, I'm sure there are women making toxic comments toward guys, okay? So let me not let women off the hook. But when I tell you guys, some of the toxicity, the level of it, it's disgraceful. I mean, there's no honor, there's no respect. Even on the Diddy, I did a video about Diddy and Cassie and how one of the Smex workers is um, is suing her, right? And from the case, we sort of learned, we learned a lot about her being what her role and also feeling threatened by Diddy. We saw the video of her being beat by Diddy. When I tell you, men were like, she was involved, she should go to jail. She should, I mean, and again, everybody has their opinion. Cool. But what I'm trying to say is there is a complete lack of compassion for people. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you're in a relationship and you can't be compassionate with the person that you're in a relationship with, like these people, their hearts are like black. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have any love inside of their hearts around here to me. Like, um, I did a video about Russell Wilson, Sierra's husband, and Clay Thompson, Meg the Stallion's boyfriend. I can't tell you how many men were in the comments basically saying that both of these guys were simps because Sierra has a child by Future, and that made her his fourth baby mama or something. And that Megan has dated so many people that, you know, she's a throwaway. So he shouldn't even be dating her at all. And I'm sitting there and I'm like reading these comments. And I'm like, so wait, 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 wait. Whatever you've done in your past is now carrying with you for the rest of your life. Like you don't deserve to ever have somebody care about you and want to be with you and love you. Really? Girl, y'all, when I tell you it was multiple people who said that, not one or two. I'm telling you, I mean, I blocked them, deleted them because I don't want that to be in my community, but I had to read that crap first. And so, to answer your question, be right, I doubt it very seriously. I don't think I would because I mean, I don't know, like people are horrible, you know? And I feel like with my husband, he was just like, let me just make sure I'm not missing any comments here because it's not scrolling. He was a great guy. Um, but these people today, they're crazy. Yeah, Kaisu says adultery is shameful act that you must guard yourself from. and I'm no better. I'm no better. But when it comes to other men's wives, you would never catch me even looking their way. Oh my gosh, we love you, Sue. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Welcome to yeah, and I feel the same way. Like, why would I create a negative vibration for somebody else's family? For me personally, it's non. It doesn't make sense, right? And the women was like, no, I don't have I don't have any I don't have any allegiance to them. Like, no, the vows are between the man and the wife. What does a stranger? The stranger doesn't have any allegiance to you. And I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. So, so y'all, let me just get these crazy people out of here. Just give me a second. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so acting man, this is a backhanded slam comment. I never lived in the ghetto, so that wasn't my glass ceiling because I didn't grow up in the ghetto. So we're gonna go ahead and say bye bye to him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Be right. I enjoy my own company, money, and everything. Absolutely. Hey, Fabian. Yes. I don't know. I definitely feel. Let me just move this a little bit closer since the daggone trolls are out today. I don't think it's, a lot of people make everything about money. And, obviously money is certainly a part of it, right? In terms of your life and stability. But it's not even for me, it ain't even that. People's energy is so whack. My problem with people is their freaking energy. You'll meet people, they don't want to be respectful. They want to talk to you crazy. It's rough out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be great. Oh, okay. I want to go to the movies. I'm gonna take some. I want somebody to go with me. Oh, I'm going on a cruise. Oh, I'm going on a trip. I'm going to the beach. It would be great. But people's energy is so crazy sometimes. And like I said, when I see the comments of real people out there in the real world, their comments are awful. They have no compassion for anybody. Because how, like I said, I gave you all an example about Megan the Stallion and Sierra. How are they not worthy because of their path of even having a good relationship? I had men in the comments say that a man who takes care of another man's child is a simp. I was like, so I'm saying from the gate, from the gate, it's like, oh, I'm not taking care of nobody's kid because that would make me a cornball. Like, people are really thinking like this. And I'm like, wow, who taught you that thought? And not that, listen, listen, when I was young, before I got married and all that, I didn't date people with kids because I didn't want no instant family. So I'm not mad at it. But what I'm saying is for people who are good with it, that doesn't make them negative people. So that, you know what I'm saying? So that's, you know what I'm saying? So that's the point that I'm making, that no, we can have other, situations going on, but it's like, man, it's crazy. It's just really crazy. Yeah. Oh. When hearts are caked up and hard, they turn white. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that, Frank. I didn't know. Yes. Oh, wonderful. I love that. Yes, Miss B. Simmons says, I think my feelings matter as much as my partners. We have a beautiful relationship. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Yes. I love that. And I mean, and that's what we're talking about when you're talking about how are we helping each other out? How are we pouring into each other? That's how to have a good relationship. But the energy out here, whoa, child. I don't know what the energy crazy. Kaisu, the nuclear family is king. They rule. Nothing, absolutely nothing compares to the warmth of a two-parent loving home. Well, absolutely. Everybody doesn't have that. So people have to create love where they can find it and so forth and so on. But I feel you. I grew up in a two-parent home, um, and my parents divorced when I went off to college, and I raised my kids in a two-parent home. But I will say that when my husband passed away, it's been real hard. More uh like realizing how much pressure that you have on you when you have to do everything yourself. When you have to like, and not that I didn't appreciate single parents or anything like that, because I always respect whatever someone's going through. But man, once you go through it yourself, you have a different appreciation, let me tell you, because it's like you don't have somebody to talk to about an issue. You don't have anybody like, oh, well, let me, I feel this, but let me, go to someone else for a sounding board. You don't have any of that. And so I really feel for single parents out there. Another video that I did about fathers and talked about involved fathers and how much involved fathers make a difference. And that video, a lot of men were like, thank you for, doing this video. So yes, well, it depends. It depends, McLaughlin. 827. I became a single parent when my husband passed away, right? So I was married 23 years, and I became a single parent. So a lot of people judge you like you chose to be, right? All the time, right? And you know, you don't know people's background just because somebody tells you you're a single parent. You don't know how they got there, right? You don't know how they got there. And so the point is, a lot of people um, make snap judgments about people and assume a label. Oh, you're this, you're good or bad, you're worthy or not worthy, or what have you. And so not only can I cook, I made sure that both of my kids can cook. I don't know where that's relevant, but well, it's probably relevant today because a lot of people don't cook, men or women. I don't know when people started trusting other people with their food. I don't understand people who don't know how to cook. And that's just across the board. My husband cooked as well. So, yes, yes. Well, my son, he's 22. Yes, miss it. My mom and dad, and see, I grew up in a household when my mom was working or what have you, and my dad was, if they had split shifts or whatever, my dad would cook. It was a cooperative environment, and so same thing with my husband and I. If I wasn't home to do something, he would do it. And so that cooperation, that spirit of cooperation, I feel is a great foundation for relationships today, and so forth. But I don't feel that we see that enough, right? Like when you guys, and if I'm wrong, you guys, let me know, Ellen. You let me know as well how you feel about it. But it seems like you have people who, right, like again, everybody is like, okay, what am I getting out of the relationship? Put it in my hand, what am I getting? But it's not about what am I putting into the relationship. Wherein when I got married, I was more like, okay, what are we putting into this relationship? What are you putting into it? What am I putting into it? And what I was talking about was, how are we going to support each other? If we have kids, how are we going to, raise our kids, right? Like it was, you know what I'm saying? Instead of, sure, we built things together, we bought homes, invested, we did all sorts of things together financially, but at the foundation of that was what are we doing together in a relationship? And so today, you see people, it's all about the money. Let me get paid. What can I get from you if you're not bringing the same thing that I'm bringing? And I just feel like that is such a cancerous type of attitude to have on either side, man or woman, right? Like, why are you not coming together saying, hey, if I want to be with this person, how can I pour into him or her? How can we pour into each other? And so I don't see that like now. I see a lot of, stupid stuff. Quiet One says, just listening to men laugh hysterically and make jokes about the men who dated and drugged and essayed at Diddy's parties was absolutely revolting to me. And they feel the same about women. You guys, you know how I feel about that. If there's a photo of me and Diddy, um, not at a party. I don't have the photo of me and him at his house on my Instagram, but I have a photo way back, because you guys know I was in the entertainment business. I'm still in the entertainment business. And so I've had to work with Diddy. And when I would go to industry parties, whether it was Diddy's house, Diddy's event, or anybody else, record labels or whatever, and y'all can go. My Instagram is Empower with Yasmin. Y'all can scroll all the way down. You'll see a picture of me, Biggie, me, Diddy, and Biggie's in the corner. So y'all can go and look it up. Um, I didn't drink anything when I would go to industry things. I didn't drink water. I didn't drink a water bottle. I didn't drink wine. Oh girl, try so and so. No, no, mm-mm, no. And I'm not saying that that is why I have been able to navigate in different ways than other people. I'm saying, ladies, honestly, drink at home. Drink at home. Hey, Cass, drink at home. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And to Quiet One's point about um, they laughed. And these guys knew um that the drinks were laced. They knew that the bottles was laced. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Ellen. I just had a sixth sense. And this was like way back in the day, guys. And I was really young getting started. I wouldn't drink. I would drink water before I would go to a party or go somewhere, and I would just go in. And I had to be in the entertainment industry, and as a writer, I had to go to a lot of different parties. I had to associate with a lot of different people. When I tell you guys, I didn't drink anything. I didn't drink anything. And they would be passing this Moet around or Dom Perignon or whatever they was passing in. That stuff was already laced. And they would have their signals of telling the guys, like, shaking their heads or doing whatever. So the guys knew which bottles to drink and the women didn't. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's just an interesting thing. And I just say, for women in the industry and anybody in the industry, because men are being essayed in the industry as well. Like, I know it's a crazy concept to go to a party and not drink, right? That's like a crazy concept. Go to the party and not drink. Go to the party and not drink. Yasmin Shiraz said, go to the party and not drink. you know, because you have a better chance of coming out there unscathed. And the other part that I say to people, I used to do a tour, you guys, called How to Get into the Entertainment Business. And I would do this tour with college students, and I would do anywhere from 30 campuses on the front end, 30 on the back end, 15, 15, whatever. I was doing anywhere from 30 to 60 campuses a year. And one of the things that I would say to them is, when you have to go and do networking, go with the end in mind, right? Meaning that when you go to a party or whatever, say you're like, oh, I got to meet so and so. I'm going to meet Brandy. I'm going to meet whoever at the party. You go with your list of what you're going to do. Once you check that list off, leave. Don't hang out to 2 a.m. Don't hang. I know I sound like somebody's grandmom. I don't care. I don't care. How are you going to be safe? You got to be always looking out for yourself. Y'all know I talk about that all the time. How are you going to be safe? You got to look out for yourself. All right, y'all, let's do these real fast. Let's pull these up. One, come on, get your wait. Two, three. I know I got some messages. Cassie, four. You still on that boat? Five. Are you on land? Six. Seven. Come on, you guys. Eight. Nine. 10. Cassie's going to convince me to go on my first cruise. Before COVID, I felt like, well, what if something goes wrong on the ship? you can't get off. But she's having so much fun on these daggone cruises. She's really making me feel like I should get over the idea of being stuck on a boat. All right, y'all, let's do the other side. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Hey, Angel Thomas. Good morning. Good morning, Angel Thomas. How are you doing? Yes, Miss B. Simmons. Best thing is life. Free to all. Love, friendships, respect. Yes, but you know what? You gotta have uh you know what? You know what? But you have to have boundaries. Yes, McGlotton, and it's not about disagreeing. People can take a. I know I can. I can handle a respectful a disagreement, right? But it's like the disrespect the disrespectful disagreements. Those are the ones that I have a problem with, right? So you know what I'm saying. And then also, I want to protect my community. So say people are beefing in my comments, right? And they're not really talking to me, but they're disrespectful to the people in the comments. I don't want that in my community. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that'll hurt me in the long run, or maybe it'll help me because at the end of the day, if you know that you're going to come to my community and you can have an opinion and you can be respected, but we ain't going for you disrespecting people, like I don't know, like online is so toxic sometimes. I'd rather know that I could go to a safe space. So I daggone, you best believe I be deleting people all the time. I block them all the time. You know what? But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Yes, that's right. Miss Simmons says we can't. Money can't buy everything. One, it cannot. Two, it cannot. Three, four, five, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I forgot what number we on. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I know I got to get my, we're going to do our punches. I have my kettlebells in my closet. Let's go ahead and do 10 more on the other side. 20, 21. We just pulled it back. 22, 23, 24, 25. Good morning. 26, 27. Happy Monday. 28, 29, 30. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. How are you guys doing? Okay, I want to thank everybody in my community. We keep growing. We keep growing. I have to thank you guys. You guys keep motivating me. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Let me go get my dumbbells. Yes, thank you so much, everybody. Woo. Oh, thank you, everybody, for motivating me and showing up. We now have 17,000. I have 17,000 followers now on Instagram, and I share with them a lot of the content that we do here. But it's just everything has just been growing. So I thank you guys for that. Let's get our punches in. Punch, punch, one. Punch, punch, two. Punch, punch, three. Punch, punch, four. Punch, punch, five. Punch, punch, six. Punch, punch, seven. Punch, punch, eight. Punch, punch, nine. Punch, punch, 10. You guys, today's topic, we talked about Rob Reiner, who passed away. We are, mourning him because he was such a great film director and producer. And so you guys definitely say some prayers. Send some prayers up for him and his wife. They were both unalived by their son. I believe that's what the police are saying. Um, yes, a lot of people don't take. Yes, yeah, some people don't take care of their own children. That's true. Um, does it make you lose faith in humanity? I don't know. I mean, I think for me, I was definitely at a point in my life where I felt like, like, gosh, people are just crazy and this and that. But now I feel like I have a responsibility. And I say this to everybody. People always say, now, like, how can you do? I do videos every single day, guys. I don't come on live just from Monday to Friday, but every day I do videos on here. I come and I try to say something encouraging, empowering, whatever, whatever. And people are like, how can you do it every day? Because one thing about the internet is the ignorant people are loud and wrong. The insensitive people, loud and wrong. I don't want to call nobody stupid. The stupid people, loud and wrong. Right? They have all of, they have all of the um Frank Rice, I was married for 23 years. Let me just block you. I'm not even going to explain. Um, I don't got time today. You have people who are loud and wrong, and they have no problem being on the internet. They have no problem putting videos out, right? So, how can somebody who feels like, well, hey, something that I have to say might help somebody, why are you quiet? That's my whole motivation, y'all. Boom, there's the secret sauce. If the you feel where I'm coming from? The people who are wrong, they're loud all the time. You be looking at these videos, you be like, are you serious right now? But they gonna upload their video. If anybody is struggling, I quiet one, Miss V. Y'all wondering why you should get started? I just gave you why. I just gave you why. I just get because the people who are wrong, they loud. Let's go. What number we on? 11? Punch, punch, 11. Punch, punch, 12. Punch, punch, 13. Punch, punch, 14. Punch, punch, 15. Punch, punch, 16. Punch, punch, 17. Punch, punch, 18. Punch, punch, 19. Punch, punch, 20. You feel where I'm coming from? The people are yeah, so that's my motivation. Hey, universe and beyond. Yes, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, yes. You know what's so interesting? You know that what's so interesting, you guys? Let me tell you what's interesting. Cardi B recently went to Saudi Arabia and she had to wear like all covering from head to toe. And she looked really nice. And people act like you can't look nice and not be wearing revealing clothing. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can look nice without, you know what I mean? But it's just in America, we keep stripping, but we don't have to. But that's what we're doing, but we don't have to. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? Guys, who knew Monday? Who knew Monday was the troll day. Gosh, I never noticed that before. Maybe it's because we growing. I don't know. All right, y'all. Let's get our last 10 on this side. Punch, punch, 20. Punch, punch, 21. All I've been doing today is doggone deleting trolls. Punch, punch, 22. Punch, punch, 23. Punch, punch, 24. Punch, punch, 25. They must have had a lonely weekend. Punch, punch, 26. Punch, punch, 27. Punch, punch, 28. Punch, punch. 29. Punch, punch, 30. I'm telling you, they must have had them yeah, yeah, right. Because K Sue says, I think that's where Republicans falter is their compassion and grace or lack thereof when it comes to economic challenges due to circumstances that they don't know how people got into. Absolutely. Like people look at somebody and they think they know their situation. And the reality is, you do not know that person's situation. You're making an assumption. You're making an assumption that you know somebody's situation, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, Marie, hey, what's happening? What's going on with you? Yes, hey, what's going on? Yes, what's going on? I tell you, we're gonna call Monday. We're gonna call Monday. Doggone. Yes, thank you. Man, look at y'all see these people. Wow, the trolls are busy. Man. I was a hip hop journalist, but since you're assuming I was twerking, let me go ahead and delete that. Yes. Will World. Yes, you guys hydrate. Yes, Will World has put me on blast with my whole rim. Yes, this is from one of my smoothie makers. And hey, it's a nice big cup for today. you know, because you know what? I buy these smoothie maker, these juicers or whatever. My son uses it. I don't even use it. So I'm like, I never get to use the cup. So hey, judge me if you want, but you know what? At least I'm drinking some water today, okay? Yes, absolutely. Yes, Gerald says demonic stuff at those parties. I would agree. And what's so sad to me about, working in the business, like I said, I was a hip hop journalist, is that's where I started. And then I went into TV writing and things like that, but always entertainment. You have to always have your value, your self value, your self worth. It always has to be up here, right? Like, I think I shared with you the time where they were going to offer me to work with Bad Boy. I'm not going to go into it since the end of our thing, to work with Diddy's company, and I got on the train and I went home. I didn't even entertain it. And again, I always have said, I thank my parents and the women, and even the male teachers in my life. I always felt I was special in a positive way. I always felt I had something to give. I always felt like I had something to contribute. So when someone treats you in a way that makes you feel like you're desperate, like I'm not picking up on none of that energy, right? Right? So it's so important for, you hear people say know your worth, know your worth. Well, why is knowing your worth important? Knowing your worth is important is because you can walk away when someone says all money is not good money. That means you can walk away from the table, right? So I have had, hey Margie, thank you so much for getting the number one gifting badge. I have had so many deals in my life that I've walked away from, right? Money on the table, like, nah, I'm not doing that. Nope, not doing that. Why is that? Because I felt like if it was going to go against my values, it wasn't worth it. Now, would I possibly have way more money had I taken those deals? Perhaps I wouldn't still be here. Perhaps you feel where I'm coming from? There's always a trade-off. And so you have got to pay attention to Miss B Simmons' point. You have got to pay attention and you've got to know your value, right? So like the people who worked with, and not only Diddy, because it's all sorts of people in the industry who are trying to play you out and strip you down. Is it worth it? You got paid $5,000. Is it worth it? The people who were in these relationships and it tore them down for 5 years, for 10 years, for 15 years. You have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Right? And for me, I was always centered to a certain extent, knowing that I had value. And I have to say, my parents, the women that and men that like my teachers. I went to Hampton University. Hampton University literally come as soon as you step foot on campus, they're like, you are important, you have a responsibility. Right? And you literally feel like I am somebody, you know what I mean? Like you really feel that way. So when you go out into the world and someone's trying to treat you like you're gonna, do this for me for free, everything that I've learned since I'm a little kid is like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that. You better get somebody else. And that's how I've been able to navigate in the entertainment industry. And looking at it, it probably sounds crazy, but you got to know your worth with these fools. Because and so what if I don't get this opportunity because I held my head high? I have to look myself in the mirror every day. I don't have to look them in the mirror. You feel what I'm saying? All right, y'all, let's go get ahead. I know I'm talking today. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going too far today, y'all. But when I start talking about the entertainment industry, my goodness, y'all know. All right, y'all. Punch, punch one. Punch, punch two. Punch, punch three. Punch, punch four. Punch, punch five. I'm thinking about adding Instagram to the mix, y'all, in our mornings. What do you think? Punch, punch six. Punch, punch seven. Punch, punch eight. Punch, punch nine. Punch, punch 10. I know we have such a good vibe. I'm trying to, I have my TT people over here and I got my YouTube people. I don't know if I can add, I was doing Twitch for a while. Punch, punch, 11, punch, punch, 12, punch, punch, 13, punch, punch, 14, punch, punch, 15, punch, punch, 16, punch, punch, 17, punch, punch, 18, punch, punch, 19, punch, punch, 20. All right, you guys, you should be hydrating out here as well. Yes, 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 absolutely, absolutely. Oh my goodness, I deleted somebody. Oh my gosh, y'all was Kaisu, yeah, Kaisu in here going off on people. If I see the people, I delete them. Hey, hey, softball. Hey, Cornelius. Yeah, yes, yeah, yeah. No, it's gay. It's okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. Good morning, Major. Hey, John. Hey, John. Yes. I edit my videos right on TikTok. I edit my stuff right on TikTok. And thank you so much. Oh, absolutely, K Sue. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. But y'all, that's always my motivation. So I need a moderator, Miss V. I don't know if you're still willing to moderate or quiet one. I think somebody said they would be willing to moderate. I had to change my email for something that I was doing. And so I'm going to email you guys from the other one because I do need some help with the moderation because as we're growing, I mean, we're about to have 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. I probably need more people. I mean, more moderators, as in I don't have any. All right. Punch, punch 20. Punch, punch 21. Punch, punch 22. Punch, punch 23. Punch, punch 24. Punch, punch 25. Punch, punch 26. Punch, punch 27. Punch, punch 28, punch, punch, 29, punch, punch, 30. But it doesn't, it's so funny. Probably 10 years ago, I would have been more like offended by the internet trolls. But now it just motivates me. It lets me know the more people that we have in that come in that be trolling, that means that the live itself has gone out to more people. And like you just learn the longer that you're on here. You just learn certain things and like it doesn't bother me, and that's why for people I always say to you, like, if you want to get on the internet and have a channel, have a podcast, have whatever, you are going to get these negative people, and that's okay. They need hugs, but they don't stop nothing that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? They don't stop. Y'all see, I just keep on going. They don't even phase me at all. You know what I'm saying? Because out of all the millions of billions of people in the world, we found a way to create a community, right? And so, yeah, sometimes we get these scraggly, wacko people, sure. But, but, you know, out of all the billions of people, we found each other, correct? So for me, like, that's why, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even bother me. It's really crazy because I'm telling you, 10 years ago, y'all, I'd have been on here cussing these people out. I'm telling you, I would have. Trust me. Trust me. Yes. Oh, thank you, Mr. Wilson. I appreciate it. Thanks, Jeffrey. Yes, yes. Hey, welcome in. I'm just getting in. Welcome in, you guys. We're wrapping up today. I know I was running my mouth today. We're going to do our 50 kettlebells. John, where you been at? How the wolf pups? Yes. Good morning, Maria. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, yes, you know that I live in America. Yes, I am an American. Very good. Yes, yes. No, what did you realize, Casey? We are disassociated with touch. Like older people touching us and endearing us, making us comfortable. People get abused, like abused, and they go alert. Like everybody has it out for them. That's true. Yeah, but you know what though, Sue? Something that I realized, people still need touch. I approach my kids. I'm sure they're pretty, sensitive as well. just because they grew up like, and I'm sensitive that way too. But like when I approach them to hug them, I'm very slow so that they know I'm approaching. I do that even with my kids. How crazy is that? Yep. All right, y'all. Let's get these kettlebell. One swings in. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Yeah. It's crazy, but we had such a great, lively discussion today. Thank you guys so much. You all are always amazing to, talk to, and you guys pour so much into the screen to help me get through this. Monday, like I said, I was so down about Rob Reiner, man. Oh, I was just so down about that. Like, okay, so Quiet One says, I almost feel like if you didn't meet someone in college or around that age, it's more of a risk when meeting someone. Now we get into the nitty gritty. Now we're getting to the gritty nitty. Okay. Absolutely. Because I had met somebody and we were friends and they were like, oh, you do so much more stuff than me. You make more money than me. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, dude, I've been grinding since I was in my 20s. A lot of people, no shame, they haven't been grinding that long. Like I started working, I was 13 years old. And I just have kept on working, doing stuff. So you meet people and you're 40 and they're 40. And they're looking at you and they're like, well, you have more stuff than me and we the same age, but we don't have the same lifestyle. We don't have the same life, right? We didn't have the same life. So you have people today who want to compare you to them when we ain't had the same life. Talk about that. Why are people always so willing to compare other people? We ain't lived the same way, so how we gonna have the same life? Make that make sense. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Alethea, how you doing? Boundaries are important. Yes, you guys, I'm sorry. I know I'm being right. I got married when I was 24 and I was married for 23 years. So, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like being married um starting at 24, like I was so young and on one side, so it was like I was able to sort of be molded and shaped. But then after I got to a certain age or whatever, I was like, okay, these are some other things that I need as well. And so I get that point. I get that point. Yes, thick scent is required. It is. Hey, King Fire Banks. Yes. Yes, King Firebanks, how you doing? You guys, I tell you. Yeah, so Quiet One says, I never heard that. I know that couples who live together are likely to divorce. Yes, because you be tired of people's habits. Dad told me that if a man doesn't respect you enough to marry you, then don't ever live with him. That's interesting. I mean, I think that there's something. Hey, Jamila, how you doing? Anybody comparing his or her life with someone means jealous. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is what I'm saying. And again, but see, when you're older, if you're like me and you're a widow and then you go out and you meet people or whatever, they're looking at you and it's like, it's just weird because I don't look at somebody and go, okay, what have you been doing the last 20 years? Like in a comparative way. I don't do that. That's crazy, but people do it. All right, y'all, let's see if we can get these legs sturdy in here. We're at 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. All right, you guys. We ain't playing today. I know we got a lot of chatting in and not as much weight work. We'll do better tomorrow. But thank you so much for chatting with me. Thanks, Jamila. You know, thank you so much. And good gracious. Well, at least we got through. Yes, thank you so much. Hey, Tiana, thank you. We got through all the trolls on a Monday, you guys. We had lots of trolls on Monday because apparently Monday is troll day. I didn't know this. I just learned this today that Monday is in fact troll day. So, you guys, if you want to keep the momentum of what sort of we do and checking in with ourselves and all of that stuff, if you want to keep this momentum, go to the link in my bio and get the ebook that this workout is based on, which is Start Your Day with a Win. Okay, it helps you with clarity and clarity of mind and so forth. Bee's journey, thank you so much, and we want to keep that momentum going. Okay. Yes, yes. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, Quiet One. Thank you. I'm going to email me Yasmin at yasminshiraz.net. I know I just had to switch my email. It was a business thing. I had to do it, or what have you. But yeah, Yasmin. Um, my husband passed away. My marriage didn't break up. Frank, I'm a widow. Yeah, 23 years. Yep. And my husband was amazing also in every way. He was fantastic. Um, but yes. All right, Bee's journey. All right. Thank you so much for getting number one gifted badge. But like I said, you guys keep this momentum going. Go to the link in my bio and get the Start Your Day with a Win ebook. It is a bestseller also. Um, but it will help you so that you can get started making sure you are doing your journaling, doing your meditation, making sure your mind is clear. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go. I know we've been on, and I'm going to do a video, you guys, inspired by Rob Reiner, but also inspired by you guys because you were very kind today to sort of like I was trying to get my mental health stuff together, and you allowed us to sort of talk about these different. Thank you so much. I got someone else in my fan club. Thanks, Beach Journey. I appreciate that. But you guys always encourage and you pour so much into the community. So I really appreciate that. Because as a writer, I was really struggling, like, because Rob Reiner for me as a writer has meant so much because those movies were like, oh man, yeah, I studied them, but they were also very good. They were very good. So I didn't know how to bring that into the conversation, and you guys were just really helpful with that. Yes, Yasmin at yasminshiraz.net. YASMIN at YASMINSHIRAZ.net. If you don't mind, if you could do that for me, that'd be really, really great. And I'll figure out how to set it up or what have you. Okay, everybody. All right. So thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and check the link and the bio. If you are on YT, my link is right the first link on my profile. All right.